February 9th, 2024. Yeehaw. We got her in. Not completely in, but just want to make a video of what I'm doing here. This is actually going back in. Okay. I'm going to drop this fan in. I drop this fan in first, and then I slide the skinny side in. This is how your fan wiring goes. I use a small screwdriver to undo these. Unclip them, open them up. Okay. See that? And then when you get your wiring harness back in there, you just clip them shut. You'll have to remove that fan's 4 bolts. This radiator was a little bit harder than it should have been because of the way they had the hose clamps turned. I got some hose clamp adjustments made on it so that I might be able to get to them a little easier without them interfering. I don't see no interference. I did have to take the plugs out of it because these are obviously adapters for an older, probably the older or the quad setup or whatever setup you got. You can see I've already replaced that bottle. It cracked and started leaking. We got the cowling to put all back in. These brackets are tricky and hard to get in. That's it right there where my finger is. It's a rubber mount for it. This is a bracket. Got that rubber mount. There's 2 of them. You really got to push it out to get them in there. Then you got these little bolts way down here. So you want to slide your condenser into the groove, into the holder, and then screw in these 2 bolts. They're very difficult to get to. There's the other one. You got one on each side. Yeah. Of course, you got your rubber plugs underneath the radiator down there. You want to be sure set it on the rubber plug. You ain't got your rubber plugs in there, right? One of the other reasons why it was difficult to do this radiator job is because the damage on the car is right here on the radiator. As you can see, it's a bent. So, there's my crack. You can see where it's been leaking. It's definitely cracked right there. It's cracked right there. I don't know if it's cracked right there or not, but that's right there, and that crack right there is where it's leaking. Might be kind of hard to see due to light. Yep, cracked. This is the exhaust side. Coolant comes out, it's hot. This is generally the side that cracks from it. Car's got 203,000 miles on it. Not much left. I got to finish putting it back together. When you go to Parts Yard or the Pull Apart or yank your own, if you're working on GMs or whatever, it's not a bad idea to go try to pick you up some clips. They really come in handy dandy. Should have a whole can of those, but I don't. I used to have. So I'm going to put these 4 screws back in. 3 of them go on the fan for that. 1 of them goes right here for bracing the high side line. You should have this one installed. You will have to uninstall that little bitty bolt right there. And like I say, it's going together a little bit easier, and it came apart. I may have to move that. I may have to take my radiator back apart, or my hose back off, and do something with that ground wire. That don't look right. Apparently it goes over the top of the radiator, lower radiator hose. They may both of them go over the top of it. That's no big deal. I'll just pop it and pull them over. So other than that, I don't know what to tell you. You got 2 on the condenser, 2 bracket mounts on top, 2 AC line supports. Got your wiring harness you got to finish hooking back up. Got this one already hooked up, clamped, plugged in, clamped. Got to start dumping the antifreeze in. And yes, boys and girls, I'm a skimpy old chimp. I'm not about to spend money on something I don't have to. Antifreeze is ridiculous. It's actually looking pretty strong, like I may have a little bit heavy in there, but I'm going to start funneling it in. Save every buck you can. God bless on the 405.